that can be however that you choose to sit. If you'd like to sit cross-legged or maybe up on a block to elevate the hips, and that just allows the knees to open a little bit more. We'll find our comfortable seat. Maybe close the eyes or have that soft gaze down at the earth. As we begin to arrive into this space, feeling the earth beneath us, feeling the air all around us. If we'd like, we can sit with the palms down in the lap for more of a grounding effect. We can place the palms up for more opening. Or if you'd like to try one up and one down, just kind of playing around with the different options and seeing which one resonates with you. And then once you've found your stillness, your center here, bringing your awareness to your breath. Noticing it as it enters and leaves the body. And as always, being mindful of using our diaphragm when breathing. So as we inhale, let that belly expand, low ribs expand. And on our exhale, bringing the navel back in towards the spine. And as we sit here with our mindful breathing today, our reading is of yogic descent, I suppose, a common phrase in yoga philosophy. So it's written in Sanskrit, and I'll give the English translation. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. And taking our first cleansing breath of our practice, inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale, exhale, let it go. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. On our exhale, we'll release that right ear to the right shoulder. Take a big inhale here. And exhale. On our inhale, coming back up to center. Exhale to the opposite side. Taking a big breath here. And coming back up to center on our next inhale. On our last exhale, we'll release forehead up to the sky. Try to keep that chin tucked in towards the chest a little bit here to protect the neck. After your exhale, coming back up to center, inhale. And exhale, gently releasing the chin towards the chest. Inhaling here, feeling that stretch between the shoulder blades. And exhale. On your next inhale, just coming into whatever kind of neck circles feel good to you. Moving as fast or slow as your body needs here in this moment. If you feel an area that feels extra good, maybe just lingering there for a couple breath cycles. And just knowing that this is your practice, so you can do that at any point during any pose. And then coming back to center here, we'll inhale our hands up, beginning to make wrist circles here in either direction. We bring them out, bring those fingers out, feel that stretch between each finger and in, squeezing the fingers together. Finding that fluidity, that dance between our breath and our bodies. And reversing direction whenever you're ready. Finding our stillness, let's take an inhale, bring those arms out wide, pull through the fingertips, reaching up. On our exhale, we'll flip the palms away from one another and then start to press the air down towards the earth. Inhaling up. And exhale down. Try to make those exhales a little bit longer than the inhales. Inhale up. Exhaling down. Inhale, rise. This time on our exhale, we'll twist to the right. So that right hand's going to come behind us on the earth. Left hand's going to come to that right knee. Take an inhale. Think about lengthening the spine. Pull up through the crown of the head. And on our exhale, we'll twist maybe a little deeper, looking over that right shoulder. Next inhale, we'll come back up to center, bring those arms back up. Fill up that belly, and on our exhale, we'll twist. Empty the belly, coming to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Next inhale, come back up to center, bring those hands together, and we'll exhale to the heart space. Taking a grounding breath here, breathing in and out through the nose as we inhale gratitude for ourselves and exhale gratitude for others. And we'll release the hands to the earth in front of us, oriented on our mats, like this. Hands come out in front. Let's take a big inhale. Think about pulling up from the rib cage. And on our exhales, we'll try to keep that length in the low back as we walk our hands forward. We can stay on the palms, or we can lower to the forearms. Or if we have a block here, we can use that to raise the earth. Just coming forward until you feel a good stretch in your hips. And then maybe even letting the crown of the head rest down towards the earth to release that neck. After your last exhale, we'll start to lift the head, straighten the arms here, and we'll walk those hands back towards the body. Switching whichever leg we have out in front. Hands come back to the earth in front of us. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. And on our exhale, walking forward. So maybe noticing which side of the body maybe needs a little bit more love today. Taking this time here to be kind to ourselves, gentle with ourselves. Maybe pushing ourselves when we know we can handle just a little bit more of a challenge, but also keeping in mind any injuries, meeting our bodies and where they're at today. And after your last exhale, we'll lift the head, walk those hands back towards the body, stack the vertebrae here. We'll bend the knees, place the feet on the earth in front of us. So feet are going to be about hips distance. Hands come under the shoulders, fingers pointing towards the body. Chin to chest. On our next inhale, we'll press into the hands and the feet and start to lift those hips up for reverse table. Our gaze can be forward, or we can slowly release forehead to sky, trying to keep our Jalandhara Bandha, that throat lock, engaged. So not letting that head fall back behind us. unless that just feels good to you for a second. Next inhale, try to push those hips up a little higher than you thought you could. And on our exhale, bring the chin towards the chest. We'll slowly lower those hips down to the earth. Maybe bring those feet out as wide as the mat. And let's just windshield wiper those legs side to side. Whenever you're ready, finding our stillness, we'll cross the ankles and come forward to our tabletop position. Make sure we have those happy stacks. So our wrists are beneath the shoulders, fingers spread out wide, knees are under the hips. Getting that cat-cow flow as we inhale, begin to lift the tailbone as we let the belly drop, and then bring the forehead up towards the sky. On our exhale, tucking the tailbone under, rounding the back, and bring the chin towards the chest. Inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, forehead to sky. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the back, chin to chest. And continuing this at your own pace, with your own breath. But imagining our spine is like an ocean wave, moving that tailbone first, letting the head be the last thing that follows. We'll go through one more round here, cat-cow. We'll meet back in our neutral spine. From here, let's shift those hips over to the right. Look over the left shoulder. Take a big inhale. Big exhale through the nose. Coming back to center, finding our opposite. Keeping those exhales nice and long. Coming back to center here. Extending that right foot behind us. Pressing the ball of the foot into the mat. Extending through that back heel. Think about pressing the earth away through those hands. We can bend that knee a little bit. Feeling that stretch in our soleus muscle, so you'll feel it a little closer towards the ankle. Maybe we can flow back and forth between that straight leg and bent knee. And then we'll find our straight leg together. Bring the navel in and up towards the spine to use the core to inhale that right foot up off the earth. So we want our toes to be facing down. Hips are square to the mat, so we're not hiking. We're not letting it droop. We're staying nice and strong as we press the earth away through the hands and through that left foot. We can stay here if this is a challenge for us, or we can extend that left arm long. Finding those full belly breaths. We can stay here, or on our next inhale, bring the hand up, heel comes up, and on our exhale, slowly bring that knee and elbow to meet. Inhale up, exhale together. Inhale out and up, and exhale together. This time, inhale, extend long. And exhale, release, maybe shake those shoulders out a little bit. Extending the left foot behind us here. Again, maybe bending that knee. Or flowing back and forth between the two options here. And then we'll find that straight leg together. Navel in as we inhale, left foot up off the earth. Option is staying here to extend right arm long. Thinking about pulling that wrist and ankle in opposite directions. Staying here with the breath, where let's inhale, lift that hand and that heel. Exhale, slowly elbow and knee together. Inhale out and up. Exhale together. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, extend straight out. And exhale, release. Keeping our hips stacked over the knees. Let's walk those arms out long in front of us. Melting the heart down towards the earth. We can let the forehead rest on our mat. We can let it rest on a block even, if that feels more comfortable. Or we can lower our chin, or maybe even the chest can come down for our puppy dog pose. And slowly beginning to lift the head, we'll straighten those arms, walking them back underneath the shoulders, tucking our toes under here. Let's continue walking the hands back towards the body to sit up nice and tall on those heels. If this is really uncomfortable for the ankles, we can untuck the toes just fine. But if we can tolerate it, try to breathe through it, spreading our toes out wide. Hands come to the lap. We'll take a big inhale, lengthen the crown of the head up towards the sky. On our exhale, looking over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. And exhale, relaxing here. Next inhale, let's sweep those arms out to the sides, coming up. On our exhale, we're going to take that right hand and release it behind the back, or maybe just behind the head. That left hand's going to come to our right elbow. Try to bring it back and over. After your exhale, we'll inhale both arms up. Exhale, release, left hand comes behind the head now. Right hand comes to that left elbow, bringing it back. Maybe a little over. Take an inhale, release both arms up. And exhale through to heart center. Let's take a grounding breath here in and out through the nose. And then we'll come forward, untuck the toes, and then tap the tops of the feet out on the mat. I forgot where I got this, but it always feels good. It always kind of makes me giggle. So we'll sit back on the heels here. And then releasing the hands behind us, start to shift our weight back. And then start to bring those knees up here slightly. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, just until you're feeling a good stretch in the front of those ankles and maybe the tops of the feet. You can come in and out of it. Or we can stay static and just hold with our breath. Or if it feels okay to put more weight into the hands, we can start to lift those knees up towards the chest. Maybe hear your toes pop. Maybe rock in and out of that one as well. And once you're ready, slowly coming forward, we'll come to our hands and knees. Start to tuck those toes under, send the hips back towards the heels, and then extend those legs, sending our tailbone up high to the sky, and then we can start to soften those heels down towards the earth one at a time. And then finding some stillness here. On our next inhale, rise to the balls of the feet and the toes, send those heels up high. Think about sending our tailbone up to the sky as high as you can. Push it up there as high as you can. And then on our exhale, we're going to bend those knees and melt our heart down towards our upper thighs. So our back is nice and straight. Heels don't have to touch the ground. We can stay here with knees bent, or we can slowly start to soften those heels down. Maybe keep walking them out a little bit, just to wake them up a little more. And then once you're ready, finding stillness, we'll just take a few breaths here in our Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Next inhale, look between the hands as we bend the knees. On our inhale, we can rock or we can hop up to the top of the mat, finding that forward fold. Knees are slightly bent here. That upper body is just going to hang heavy over the lower. Next
inhale, straighten the legs. Maybe bring those hands to the shins to press into the legs to find more length in the spine here for our Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. On our next inhale, we'll press into the feet. Keep the back straight to reverse swan dive those arms up and out to the side. Bring our palms together, and then exhale to the heart space. Take a cleansing breath here. Beautiful. We'll interlace our fingers here, keeping the index fingers and thumbs extended in together for our Kali Mudra. Take an inhale, bring the mudra up to the sky. On our exhale, we'll lean over to the right, press into that left foot. Inhale, pull through those fingertips, find more length. And exhale, softening here. Inhale, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, come back up to center. And on our exhale, leaning over to the left, pressing into that right foot. Inhale, pull through the fingertips. Exhale, relaxing here. Slowly rolling back up on our next inhale. And exhale to the heart space here. Taking a grounding breath in and out through the nose. Next inhale, bring those hands up to the sky, look up. Exhale, bowing forward to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, find that flat back. On our exhale, we'll plant those palms down on the earth and step back to our plank position. Take an inhale here. On our exhale, we'll lower the knees first, then the chest, then the chin. Inhale, flatten the pelvis down. Untuck the toes, lift the heart here for Cobra, Bhujangasana. On our exhale, we want to tuck those toes under, press up through our tabletop position. Bring the sits bones back towards the heels, and then extend those legs, coming into our downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look between the hands. Exhale, walk or hop to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, rising tall as we press into the earth, palms come together, and exhale to the heart space. Take a cleansing breath here. Inhale, pray the sky, reach up. Exhale, bowing forward to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. On our exhale, we'll plant the palms to frame the feet, and then step that left foot back. So we're in a low lunge here. We're still on the ball of that back foot. Left hand's gonna come to the inside of the right foot. We'll take an inhale, bring that right arm up to the sky. Inhale, and exhale, release. Stepping that right foot back to meet the left, finding that plank pose. Take a big inhale. On our exhale, we can lower again, knees, chest, and chin, or we can pitch forward on the toes and then lower the elbows 90 degrees for chaturanga. On our inhale, lifting the head and the heart, try to press those hips down to the earth for our upward facing dog or our cobra for on the earth. And then exhale, finding our downward facing dog. Next inhale, extend left foot up. Exhale, left foot comes forward between those hands. Right hand then plants on the inside of the left hand. And we're going to inhale that left arm open to the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. Left hand to frame that front foot. Stepping the left foot back to meet the right. Plank pose. Exhale, lowering knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bending the knees up between the hands. Inhale. Exhale, walk or hop to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, rising tall, palms come together. Exhale to the heart space. Taking a cleansing breath here. Letting out all that built up energy, or all that extra built up energy. We'll take an inhale, bring the palms up to the sky again. Exhale, bowing forward to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms on the earth, step that left foot back. the inside of that right foot. Inhale, open. Exhale, we're gonna bring the right hand now to replace the left hand. Take an inhale, bring that left arm up. Exhale, both hands come down now to frame that front foot. We'll step the right foot back, plank pose. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, down dog. Next inhale, extend left foot up. Exhale, nice and slow, bring the left foot forward. Right hand comes to the inside of the foot. Take an inhale, bring that left arm up. Exhale, release, replacing right hand. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, release to the earth. Stepping left foot back now. Plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, down dog. Bending the knees, look between the hands. Inhale. Exhale, walker hop. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, rising tall, palms together. Exhale to the heart space. Taking another cleansing breath here. Inhale, prayer to sky. Exhale, swan dive it down, keeping that back straight, coming into that forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And then with the head and the heart lifted, let's heel toe our feet out a little further than hips distance. We'll start to bend those knees and the hips down towards the earth. If we have a block, we don't want to worry about balance, and we're just more focused on opening those hips. We can sit on our block here at any level. So there are 3 levels to a block. Choose whichever one works for you. Once you've found that, we can keep the hands on the earth for support, or we can bring those palms in prayer in front of the heart space, passing our elbows into our inner thighs to maybe open up those hips a little bit more. And then finding your breath. Noticing if it's shallow in the chest. If so, try to send it on down to the belly. Again, using your diaphragms to inhale, bring the lower belly out, lower ribs come out, and exhale, bring your navel in towards the spine. We can stay here with the breath, or we can find that Kali Mudra again, fingers interlaced, index fingers and thumbs extended in together, and then send our mudra out in front of us. Opening the back of the heart space by bringing those shoulders a little further apart, those shoulder blades. We'll take an inhale here. And exhale, release both hands to the earth. Slowly start to extend those legs. And then heel to those feet, hips distance or together, finding that forward fold. Next inhale, find our flat back. Exhale, palms plant on the earth. We'll step it back to our downward facing dog here. And we can stay in our down dog with our breath. If you'd like a little more of a challenge, we can shift the weight in our hands over to the left hand. Maybe pick that right hand up. Sending it back down, shifting our weight to the right. Let's lift the left. Sending it back down. Shifting our weight back into that left hand. Let's take that right hand towards the left ankle, giving ourselves a little twist here. Or we can just place it on the earth towards that left foot. Coming back to center here, shifting our weight to the right hand, reaching back towards the right ankle, or towards that foot. Releasing back to center. Next inhale, extend right foot up to the sky, nice and slow. There are no fast movements in yoga. Toes facing down, try to get that knee straight. Doesn't matter how high you get it. We're just trying to lengthen those hamstrings. Take an inhale. On our exhale, pitching forward into a plank position for 3-legged plank. Inhale, send that foot back up, three-legged dog. On our exhale, pitching forward, bring that right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, foot to sky. Exhale, knee to nose, round the back. Inhale, foot to sky. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, foot to sky. Exhale, slowly bring that right foot forward between those hands. We're going to lower that back knee softly down to the earth, standing up tall. Whew. Hands can come to the side here, or we can bring our palms in prayer. Take an inhale. On our exhale, leaning forward into that front leg. Or we can stay here. If we have any low back issues or previous surgeries, we can maybe slightly twist. If it feels okay to twist and take our bind, we can place that left elbow on the outside of the right knee, looking over our right shoulder here. For more of a challenge, we can tuck those back toes under and start to lift that back knee. Take an inhale, and exhale, release both hands to the earth. We'll slowly lower that back knee back down to the earth if we lifted it, and then heel toe the right foot over to the right side of the mat. Left leg extends back behind us a little further. We'll take an inhale here. Staying here if this is a good stretch for us, or we can exhale, start to lower down. We can use our block here to raise the earth. If you want a little deeper of a stretch here, we can tuck those back toes under and lift the back knee. Kind of lets us sink down into that hip a little bit more. And then slowly rising back to the hands. From here, we'll roll over onto the outside of that right foot. Use that right hand to press the knee away from us, looking over that right shoulder. After your exhale, we'll come back to center. Heel toe the right foot to the middle of the mat. And then we'll shift the weight of the hips back. So our front leg will straighten, heel is on the earth, toes facing up. Take an inhale, think about lifting up from the rib cage. And on our exhale, just softening over that front leg for our half Hanumanasana, half splits pose. If we do have a block available to us, we can play around with it to maybe raise the ground here, to lift our hearts a little more if this is more comfortable for us. That's why I love props. You can play around with them. They assist you in so many ways. They can help you get into a pose, maybe even get into a pose a little bit deeper. So never underestimate the power of a prop. And then from here, we're going to keep everything where it's at, but we're just going to start to lower that right foot down on the earth. So you'll feel that nice stretch in the front of the ankle there. And then lifting the head, we'll start to shift our weight forward here. Tuck those back toes under, lift the back knee here for a low lunge. Take an inhale. And on our exhale, we're going to bring that right foot back to meet the left for a downward dog. On our next inhale, let's extend that left foot up to the sky for three-legged dog. Finding our balance here, we'll take an inhale. On our exhale, pitching forward to three-legged plank. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee comes to that left elbow. Inhale, foot to sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, foot to sky. Exhale, left knee comes to that right elbow. Inhale, foot to sky. Exhale, nice and slow, bring that left foot forward under the knee. That back knee is lowered to the earth as we sit up nice and tall. Hands to thigh or hands to heart center. We'll take an inhale. Exhale. Bending as deeply into that front knee as we can. We can stay here. We can take an inhale, fill up the belly. Exhale, empty it as we twist to the left. Maybe take that bind, elbow on the outside of the left knee. Staying here, tucking those back toes under to lift that knee. Inhale. Exhale, release both hands to frame that front foot. And we'll step that left foot back to meet the right for downward facing dog. Bending the knees, look between the hands, take an inhale. Exhale, walker hop to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. From here, let's take our block if we have one. We don't necessarily need one. If we can come down to the earth. If we do have a block, let's place it under the right hand. Our right knee is going to bend here slightly. Left leg is going to stay straight. We're going to take an inhale, bring that left arm up to the sky. Our gaze can be down at the earth for stability. If you want to practice challenging your balance, you can look up towards that left thumb. One more inhale, and exhale, release. We're going to switch sides here. Left hand comes to the block, right leg straightens. Inhale, right arm to sky. Inhale, and exhale, release. Our next inhale, let's reverse swan dive those arms, rising tall. Palms come together, and exhale to the heart space. Take another cleansing breath here. And we'll release those hands behind us, interlacing fingers, or we can grab elbows, or if the back of the hands would just like to rest on the small of the back, we can do that as well. We're going to take an inhale, start to arch the back, looking up. On our exhale, bend the knees, but hinge at the hips, melting the heart forward towards those upper thighs. Crown of the head rests down towards the earth. Option here, keep those arms on the back, or we can send our arms towards the front of the room. And we can keep those knees bent, or we can straighten the legs here for Dvikonasana, double angle pose. Take an inhale. On our exhale, release those hands. Start to bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Think about tucking that tailbone under for Utkatasana, chair pose. Our weight is in our heels, so we should be able to lift those toes even and make sure everything looks good. Take an inhale. On our exhale, bring the prayer to our heart center. Inhale. Staying here, exhale, twisting to the right. Maybe taking that bind on the outside of the knee. Looking up over that right shoulder. Or if you'd like, you can look down at the feet. And then just to challenge our balance here, start to bend that left knee. So that left foot's going to come off the earth here. inhale. And exhale, release left foot back to meet the right. Inhale. And exhale, release to center. Press into the earth to inhale, rise. Bring those hands up to the sky. And exhale to the heart space. Cleansing breath here. Releasing both hands to the sides. Let's inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, sink it on back to chair pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Staying here, exhale, twisting. We're taking that bind. Staying here, looking down at the feet. Slowly start to bend that right knee, lifting that right foot up off the earth. Take an inhale. Then exhale, release. Right foot comes back down with the left. Inhale. Exhale, release the bind. Press into the feet to inhale, rise, prayer to sky. Exhale to the heart space. Another cleansing breath here. We'll be practicing a balancing pose, so we can do this on the mat or off the mat or by a wall. We'll be doing our half chair pose. So practicing balancing on the right side first. We're going to lift those toes up, spread them out wide, set them back down one at a time. Maybe lift that heel and set it back down. Beautiful. Making sure the standing leg is also slightly bent. We don't want to lock the knee. Hands can either come to the hips. Sometimes that feels more stable for me. They can come to the heart center. Or just play around with it and do whatever you like. We're going to shift our weight into that right foot and then start to lift the left. So knee about 90 degrees. We want those toes flexed towards the shin. We don't want that foot just kind of hanging out. We want to engage our quad. Let's take a breath here. And then if we feel okay, we can start to cross that ankle above the right knee. Think about pressing our legs into one another and sending that left knee back behind us. We can stay here, or we can start to slowly bend that right knee, sinking those hips down and back into our half chair pose. If you'd like to, that wasn't planned, but kind of. If you'd like to come down, bring those hands down to the mat. Feel a little bit more of a stretch here. You know of the arm balance that I can't do because my shin is too bony. You can come into that. And whenever you're ready, keeping the back straight, slowly starting to rise. Bring that left knee in towards the chest. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release that left foot down. And then we'll shake out that right ankle. Coming to the left side here. Again, spreading toes out wide. Setting them down. Lifting the heel. Setting it back down. Bend that knee slightly. Navel in towards the spine. Hands where you're comfortable. Shifting our weight over, start to bring that right knee up in towards the chest. If you know where you're going, moving at your own pace. And stay here, we can cross the ankle above the knee, send that right knee back. Staying here, bending the left knee. Coming down into our half chair. You'd like to slowly start coming forward to the mat. Whenever you're ready, with the back straight, slowly start rising. Inhale that right knee in towards the chest. And exhale, release. Shake out that left ankle. Meeting back at the top of our mats here. We'll take a big inhale, sweep those arms out to the sides, palms come together. Exhale, swan dive those arms down, keeping the back straight, coming into our forward fold. Inhale, find our flat back. Exhale, plant the palms on the earth and step it back to downward facing dog. After we've had a few breaths here, let's come forward to our plank position. Think about tucking the tailbone under here slightly. Bring the pelvis up a little closer towards the rib cage. Pressing the earth away from us to separate the shoulder blades. Finding those deep belly breaths. We can always lower to the knees here if that feels better, or even to the elbows. Sometimes to me, this one here feels like it's engaging more of my core than the straight arm. We're going to take one more inhale. On our exhale, as slowly as you can, lower all the way down. Bring our hands by the chest. Feet are untucked and pressing into the earth. On our inhale, start to engage the back muscles by lifting the heart into our baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, lifting the heart again. Maybe even lifting those hands. Exhale, release. Then bring the elbows under the shoulders here for our Sphinx pose. I want to think about spreading our fingers out wide. And then also think about pulling those elbows back towards the body so that the front of the abdomen is being stretched here. Hips are being pressed down into the earth. Just getting some yummy back extension. We'll take one more breath here. After your exhale, we can stack those forearms on top of one another and rest the forehead on the forearms for crocodile pose. And then we'll be revisiting Sphinx pose again, if that felt okay for you for the first time, or if you'd like a little more extension, we can bring those hands out to the corners of the mat, straighten the arms here for a seal pose. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, start to bend those elbows lower all the way down to the earth. Again, we can find that crocodile pose here. After a few breaths, start to bring those hands by our chest here. We'll press up through our tabletop position. Bring those knees together, big toes together, and then send those hips back over or towards the heels, and then start to release that upper body over the lower. Our arms can reach back towards the feet here, and then the head can rest either on the mat, or if it feels better, on the neck to rest on our block here. Or if you have a pillow or a blanket, choosing whichever height works best for you. Coming into our counter pose here for our extension. After your last exhale, we'll start to lift the head, slowly rising here. Coming forward to tabletop just across those ankles and center our bum over the feet. Coming onto our bottoms, extending those legs out long. Setting up nice and tall. Let's take a big inhale, bring those arms up. On our exhale, thinking up, out, and over. Reaching for the feet, but just letting those hands fall wherever they fall. On our next inhale, again, think about lifting up from the rib cage. Fill up the belly full of air. On the exhale, emptying the belly as we soften a little deeper into our Paschimottanasana, seated fourfold. Not forcing ourselves into this pose, but just letting gravity take over to stretch those hamstrings. We do want to think about pressing the back of those knees down to the earth, but keeping length in the low back here. And then lifting the head, slowly walking those hands up the legs here to stack the vertebrae. We'll bend those knees, place the feet on the earth together, and then our knees are just going to fall open to the sides so the feet come together. Holding onto the ankles, take an inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinge of the hips, melting our hearts forward. The forehead can come on or just towards those heels. Hands can stay where they're at, or we can bring them in prayer at the tops of our feet for Tirasana, Goddess of Protection pose. After your exhale, lifting the head, slowly rising. Bring those feet in about a foot's distance away from the pelvis. We're going to grab the tops of the feet to kind of open them up like a book. Think about pressing those knees down towards the earth. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Think about sending our breath into that spinal column, sending it between each vertebrae, making us a little bit taller. On that exhale, keeping the length as we hinge forward for our Baddha Konasana. After your exhale, slowly rising, grabbing the outside of the knees to bring them together. Let's wrap the left forearm around the shins here to inhale, right arm to sky. Exhale, twist. Right hand's gonna come under that shoulder. Take an inhale as we press into the earth here to lengthen. On our exhale, see if we can twist a little bit deeper. After your exhale, we'll come back to center, changing sides here. Inhaling, left arm to sky. And exhale, twist. Inhale, press into the earth to lengthen. Exhale, soften. After your exhale, coming back to center here. Bending the knees, placing the feet on the earth. We'll place those hands behind us for support to lower onto our backs, or we can extend those arms long and use the core to roll down one vertebrae at a time. Once we've made our way onto our backs here, bring those heels towards the bottom. Make sure we can reach down and touch the heels. And then our feet can be hips distance here. Coming into our bridge pose. So we'll start to slowly roll that tailbone up Bringing one vertebrae at a time off the earth. Pressing down into the mat through those heels. Staying here, we can interlace those fingers beneath us. Palms come together. Or we can use those hands to maybe press ourselves up a little bit more. If you want more of a restorative bridge, we can place our block underneath of us and just kind of hang out here. Take an inhale. Lift those heels. And on our exhale, we'll slowly roll that spine back down. Our heels being the last thing to come to the earth here. Hands being by the sides, palms facing down. Let's extend both legs up to the sky one at a time for our imaginary legs at the wall. And then bending the knees, reaching out to grab the outside of the feet here, coming into our happy baby pose. Now our legs are just hanging out, and our arms are doing all the work as they're pulling our knees in close to the rib cage. We could stay still. If your baby would like to rock, we can rock side to side. If it feels okay, we can maybe straighten one leg out, bringing it out, stretching our hamstrings a little more, and also our adductor muscles, which is the inside of the thigh. Maybe stretching both out. You can even bring those feet overhead. Just play around with everything, making this your own practice. Whenever you're ready, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and then release those feet underneath of us so our knees are still open out wide for our Supta Baddha Konasana. We can let those hands rest on our inner thighs to give ourselves a little bit more of an opening sensation in the hips. Or maybe we can let our right hand rest on our diaphragm. That left hand can come to the heart. As we start to come into stillness. And the only things that we can feel here is the rise and the fall of the breath under that right hand. And maybe a faint heartbeat under the left. While also feeling supported from Mother Earth. Being as close to the ground as we can possibly get. Feeling safe and secure in this present moment. And if you're comfortable here, then I invite you to stay in this position for your expression of Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. If we have any low back issues, we can just bend the knees and place the feet on the earth. We can extend our legs out long, as wide or maybe wider than the mat. Let our feet fall open to the sides. Or if you have a wall in your house that you'd like to move your mat up to so that we can position our legs at the wall for an inversion, just use this time to do so. And once we've got our lower body situated, let's squeeze those shoulder blades up underneath of us to open up the heart space. We can keep those hands resting on the body, anywhere that you'd like, or you can rest the back of the hands on the earth, palms are open to receive.
Once you've found your most comfortable position, we can close the eyes and take our cleansing breath. Inhaling and exhale, let it go. Our bodies benefit from movement, and our minds benefit from stillness. So this is your time here to practice a little silence and stillness. Try not to worry about anything that is happening outside of this room. Not thinking about the past, because it's already happened and there's nothing that we can do to change it. Not thinking about the future, because it hasn't happened yet, it doesn't exist. The future is just energy and intention. And because stress actually weakens the immune system, you're doing yourself as well as everyone else such a huge favor by giving yourself this moment here to relax, to lower your cortisol levels, to breathe, and to be. Beginning to deepen our breath, bringing life back into our physical bodies by wiggling the fingers, sending that energy down into the toes, rolling our wrists and our ankles, and shaking our heads side to side against the mat. Or if we're already seated, just looking over each shoulder. Finding stillness. If we're lying on our backs, we'll bend the knees, place the feet on the earth. Just windshield wiper our knees side to side. Massaging the hips and the low back here. Finding stillness. Bending our knees up and towards the chest. Reach up to grab the shins. Wrapping our forearms around the legs. Give yourself a nice big hug here as we bring our forehead up to meet the knees. Making yourself into a tiny little ball, taking up as little space as you possibly can. And then relaxing, extending our legs out long, bringing our arms overhead for a full body stretch. So as we inhale, pull the wrists and the ankles in opposite directions. Squeeze everything nice and long, taking up as much space as you possibly can. We'll take another inhale, and on our exhale, release. And we'll roll over onto whichever side that you feel comfortable doing so. And just taking this moment here in gratitude for our bodies, for our minds, and for our spirits for carrying us through our practice today. Taking this time to acknowledge and appreciate that it took discipline to come to our mat when we could be doing anything else or nothing at all with ourselves. And as always, finding gratitude for Mother Earth for all of her support, all of her nourishment, and all of the beauty that she provides us with on a daily basis. Whenever you're ready, using our arms here to press ourselves up into our Sukhasana pose, that easy seat that we had at the beginning of our class. We can keep those eyes closed, or we can just have that soft gaze down at the earth. As we do a quick body scan, paying attention to the spirit, to the heart, noticing how we're feeling now as opposed to when we began class today. I can only hope that this practice has helped further strengthen your mind-body connection and has also brought you some peace and some patience and some gratitude in your life today. On our next inhale, we'll bring those arms out wide to the side, palms meeting together. On our exhale, bringing the prayer down towards the heart center, taking our last cleansing breath here, inhaling, and exhale, let it go. We bow forward here to acknowledge the beauty and the light that is within us, and to acknowledge that same beauty and light that is all around us. And as we rise, may we walk the earth with open eyes, open hearts, and open ears, so that we may recognize